we want to thank you for being here today. We want to thank you for being pioneering in your efforts as parents, as educators, as community organizers. 20 years ago, they said this movement would not happen. They said it wouldn't sustain. They said it wouldn't survive. And you're here as a testament to the wonderful output, the wonderful outcomes of alternative education, of charter education, of us democratizing our own learning, taking a first-hand stance in it. So give it up for yourselves right now. I'll give it up for yourselves like you're beautiful. You're more beautiful than that. All right. We're excited to celebrate what charters are doing for the kids and the future of Oakland. We're so glad that you're here with us this morning. I'm gonna do a little bit of roll call, just see who's out there. So when you hear your name, go ahead and shout like you're proud to be here and proud to be from your school. It's Expo presenters. Y'all here in the house? All right. Oakland Military Institute, are you here? OMI in the building. Oakland Charter High School, are you here? Okay, Oakland Charter High School setting a precedent. Oakland Charter High, one more time. Community School for Creative Education. Yeah, way to be. I know what it's like to be the one person up and out. Yuming Charter School, are you here? All right, Yuming. Kip Bridge, are you here? Kip Bridge, my West Oakland school. I see you shining, Kip Bridge. I'm a big fan of Kip graduates. Envision Academy, are you here? All right, I see you, Envision Academy. EA in the building. Livier Charter Academy and Education for Change, are you here? Yes, I like your enthusiasm, way to be. Oakland Charter Academy, are you here? Yes, OCA, I see you shining. Awesome. Oakland Unity High School, are you in the building? Or outside of the building, as it were? All right, give it up for them anyway. They're probably off educating young people. 100 Black Man Community School. I'm excited to see y'all, one of the newest charter schools. Welcome to your first year of education. Baytech, are you here? Yes, I see you in the back, Baytech, way to be. Lighthouse Community Charter School. Yes, I love Lighthouse. Came all the way from the deep east. Thank you so much this morning. Richmond Charter Academy, are you here? Oh, I know Richmond's gonna put it down. Richmond Charter Academy, one more time. All right. We have two representatives from this school. One of them is on stage with us. He's a full-time educator there. Ainye Community Learning Center. My brother's the music director there. Awesome. Alternatives in Action High School. All right, clap it up for them anyway. Alameda Community Learning Center, are you here? Yeah. Chikuti graduated from there too. Awesome. Aspire Public Schools, are you here? Yes. Looking regal in your purple. Community School for Creative Education, are you here? Yay, awesome. Oakland School for the Arts, are you here? Yes, pirouetting and such. All right, so we have a full spectrum. A lot of the folks who've done amazing, indescribable work here with our students here in the city of Oakland and beyond in the East Bay. So thank you so much for coming out. It's my honor and pleasure to introduce two of the next folks who will be coming to the microphone. They've been toiling long and hard to make sure that you folks are here. But before I do that, I want to acknowledge two elected officials in the audience. We have Noel Gallo. He's on the program. He'll be here a little bit later. Give it up for him. He's fantastic. I see him. He's over here. All right. And we also have Jamoke Hinton-Hodge, who's one of the school board representatives. She's in the building. Or at the fountain, rather. All right. But now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce two of the folks who've been working long and hard for the last few months on this event right here. I'm going to let them speak a little bit more about themselves. One of them is my absolute best friend in the whole entire world. She's fantastic at everything she does. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for my good friend, Ainye Long. And David Castillo is joining her as well.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today? All right, if we could get some folks to come forward and take up some of these empty chairs, that'd really be great. We've got several empty seats up front, so don't be shy. Come on up. We've got a long program. Come on up. We've got several more empty chairs. Thank you very much. All right, well, good morning. My name is David Castillo. Thank you all for coming today. I'm the current Oakland Regional Director for the California Charter Schools Association. I'm also a former Oakland teacher, a former Oakland principal, and an Oakland parent. And here to my left, to your right, is Ainye Long. She is the current Director for Community and Family Engagement for Families That Can. And Ainye is also a former Oakland teacher. She has some students in the crowd. There you go. So the California Charter Schools Association and Families That Can work together to maximize the impact of our charter schools and our families here in Oakland and beyond, statewide. Because you have all had a tremendous impact over the past 20 years, we come here today for the first time in a gathering like this to celebrate. Thank you for being here. Oakland's 40 diverse charter schools currently enroll approximately 12,000 students across the city of Oakland. That's 25% of public students attending schools here in Oakland.
I'll do the conversion. That means that 1 out of every 4 public school students in Oakland attends a charter school.
1 out of every 4. However, this has not been easy. Charter schools on average receive less state funding than traditional public schools do. And charter schools also struggle to ensure that our students are housed in high quality facilities. The facilities that our students truly deserve.
Right? So charter schools are public schools, which means that our students are public school students, right? Okay. So we're here today because of all the hard work and passion of teachers. Are the teachers? Right? Teachers, students, and parents like you. Okay? So, I don't need my script. Okay? So, the impact that charter schools have made over the past 20 years has been tremendous. Time and time again, Oakland charter students outperform students that attend traditional public schools time and time again. Graduating from high school doesn't happen always, right? It's something that we should assume. Okay? Graduating from high schools and attending the university of their choice. But the challenges before us are significant and require that we, as a charter community, a community around these students, come together and collectively embrace pride in what we have accomplished this far, humility in what we can improve upon, and conviction that what we have done is possible for all students in Oakland. Okay? It's up to us to keep up the momentum for the next generation of students. And one student who knows firsthand how charters can impact lives and change lives is Livier Perez. Livier is a graduate of the Oakland Unity High School, their first graduating class, and she's also a graduate of the University of San Francisco, making her the first in her family to graduate. So we're going to introduce Livier Perez.
Hi everyone, it's great to be here. Like they said, my name's Livier Perez, and I graduated from Oakland Unity High School. However, I did attend 3 charter schools before Unity. And I started in grade 6 and I continued through high school. I did start my education at a traditional public school in kindergarten, and I really didn't like it. I'm a really shy person, and I just got lost in the crowd, so I didn't really like it. Luckily, my parents moved me to charter school, and at the charter schools I attended, everyone knew my name. And the teachers were so focused on me, and they really put a strong emphasis on attending college. Eventually, I was second to graduate from my class, and I was accepted into the University of San Francisco, making me the first person in my family to graduate from college. I could have been just a number, but thanks to the charter school system, to the teachers, and to my family, I was able to realize my potential. One of the things they instilled at us at Oakland Unity High School was social justice and giving back to the community. After I graduated from the University of San Francisco, I did go into the work world, but then I decided what my true calling was to be a teacher. And I'm happy to say that I'm back at Oakland Unity as a student teacher volunteer as I get ready to enter that career. So that's it, thank you.
Give it up one more time. for first-generation graduates, for charter schools, for perseverance, and for drum rolls. It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce one of the first founders. He actually founded Oakland's first charter school, someone who's demonstrated tremendous conviction and perseverance in his work. And Oakland's first charter school is one of the district's highest performing charter schools. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please put your hands together vigorously for the indomitable Jorge Lopez.
How's everybody doing? Good? You awake? So, if I was Jorge Lopez, you guys would expect me to come up here and crack a joke, right? But I'm not. I'm Jorge Lopez. So, I want to thank you all for being here. It's a Saturday morning. I really want to thank all the kids for coming out and celebrating this, which is an occasion, and really everything that represents what our dreams as educators are for you. And that's a better future. So I want to give a round of applause for all the kids who are here with us today. It's truly an honor for me to be here, sharing with you all this 20th anniversary celebration. It's been a long road for me personally and professionally. I am not the founder of Oakland Charter Academy. I got there in 2004, but I have been around Oakland charter schools since the 90s. So I'm old enough to say that Livier was a sixth grade student at the school where I was a founding teacher. So that's where all the white hairs that can tell the story of the white hairs. But you know, I want to say something that you know, it's an important part in the evolution of charter schools to recognize that there are different perspectives, different approaches, varieties, focuses of charter schools. That's what the charter law allows us, is to be different, right? And we celebrate those differences. And so as I look around, though, you know, a buddy of mine was standing in the crowd and he said, you know, look at this. It's like oil and water. You know, the charter schools they're not mingling with each other, really. The kids are here, you know, there's Oakland Charter Academy, here's Richmond, and here's, so I used to tell my kids that, and I heard this from Malcolm X once I heard him say it, and well, I didn't hear him say it, but I read one of his speeches. It said, you know, if we react together as a hand, and we slap as a hand, you're gonna sting someone, yes. If we're all separate, and we just use the power of a separateness, we're just gonna sting. But if we close a fist and we come together and we hit somebody, we can knock somebody out, right? So I think we all need to recognize that we're all in this together. And the one thing that we're all in commonality about is students first, right? And however we do it, whatever we go around, it should always be a focus about student achievement. The adults sometimes need to get out of the way. It's all about kids, right? And it's always been like that for me, whether you like it or not, right? And so, I told Ainye that they needed a podium because it looks bad to be up here with notes, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But today, Oakland is home to 40 diverse charter schools. 25% of the students, percentage of the students attend charter schools, 12,000 in Oakland. And by these measures, yes, the charter school phenomenon has been a success. And indeed, citizens, the parents, the families, the kids, they took a giant leap of faith. And teachers as well, they took a giant leap of faith to trust in what we do and to trust in the concept of charter schools, which is so unique. Back in the 90s, I didn't know what a charter school was, but I agreed to sign a contract that was blank. And I said, I want to work in Oakland. And so I signed on, and the parents signed an enrollment form that was blank. And they said, I want to go to a different type of school in Oakland. And so to recognize that we've evolved so much is truly, I mean, it's a blessing, right? And so, you know, by these measures, we are a success. And for the large number of families, those who are in poverty, immigrants, those looking to leave a dismal, disenfranchised way of living, you know, charter schools are not just about education, it's about changing lives. And so I always tell my students that, you know, when one of you go to college, forever your generations are gonna be skewed, because the kids the next generations are gonna say, if he went, I can go. And pretty soon what you're gonna have is it's gonna be college forever for all of your younger generations, and that's what it's about to me. So now I promise this. I got to do this. Richmond Charter Academy. Richmond Charter, are you in the house today? Richmond Charter. Let me tell you guys something. To me, Richmond Charter we're celebrating Oakland and the uniqueness and all the prosperities of the charter schools in Oakland. But to me, Richmond, I was born and raised in Richmond. I was miseducated in Richmond, and now I have an opportunity. We established a middle school in Richmond. I am very proud of these guys because they have been working hard. And I go back to the Oakland kids and I say, you know what, they're gonna outperform you. And you know what the Oakland kids say? No, they're not. No, they're not. Watch. And so I'm always, anybody that knows me, you guys know I love competition. But I am very proud of RCA, and so I want to acknowledge the RCA kids and families who are here with us today. And so for me, arriving at Oakland Charter Academy, it offered me a chance to reach back in the years, grab that kid who was sitting back of the class, back in Richmond at Downer Junior High School, shake him up a little bit and tell him that education does matter. And hard work definitely is needed to go to college. And so kids, never forget that. Parents always support that. Educators, let's get together and let's make sure that we all hold each other accountable to that. My father once told me that the truest measure of a people is that that they're successful with what they got. So we don't have buildings, we don't have all of the resources, but do we have success? So that says a lot about who we are, right? And so we should be very proud. And I'm very proud and honored to be here with you all. And I want to thank the families, the students, community leaders, Mr. Gallo, who's always stood up for us and always has stood out for us. So I want to thank everybody for that giant leap of faith. So we've been here 20, and we're going to go further another 80. All right? Thank you, guys. Enjoy.
Y'all could do better than that from Mr. Jorge Lopez. He's from a Method Public Schools. That's Oakland Charter Academy and Oakland Charter High School. One more time for Jorge Lopez. Yes, you guys are doing well. You're doing well. Your excitement level is rising. Keep it going. So we have a couple elected officials in the House, and those are the folks that are known for supporting us. You know, given the impressive academic success charters have here in Oakland, you would think that every single decision maker out there would be shouting from the rooftops for more charters, but unfortunately that's not the case. But fortunately we have with us today an elected official who does recognize the strength of the charter community and the voice of parents, and has made a number of bold decisions to enable more great Oakland public schools to grow. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to one of our hardest workers in the city of Oakland. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Noel Gallo.
Buenos dias. Hey, how about the Oakland A's? Let's give a big round of applause for the Oakland A's. We come a long ways, and they're an example that we can do better. But we can do better if we're unified and really work together to make a difference in Oakland. How about the Oakland Raiders? They're pretty cool too, aren't they? Yeah, it's just that today we're being tackled by everyone but the cheerleaders, but we're going to do well with the Oakland Raiders. We're going to get there. Just like the A's made a comeback, the Oakland Raiders will make a comeback. It's an honor to be here. And I just also want to recognize School Board Director Jamoki Hodge, because she's been a big fan, a big supporter of children in Oakland to do better. And whether it's in a charter school, public school, whatever kind of school, to make Oakland a better place for all of us to live. And so I just want to leave you with some information why what you're doing is extremely important, especially for the adult world. Oakland represents a population of 400,000 people. 400,000 people. The median age of the population in Oakland is 32 years of age. The median age is 32 years of age. In Oakland, 25% of the population is under the age of 18. 25% is under the age of 18. But yet, when it comes to crime, is that population is committing the majority of the crime. And that's a real serious challenge that we have here in Oakland. So I need your help. We need your help. We need your help to have those youngsters sitting in the classroom, getting to the next level, so you can have a future. just like my generation had a future. And in many ways, our generation, in some ways, let the future generation down. But we can catch up. Just like the Oakland A's got up to another level, we can work together to get to the next level. And let me tell you why. Oakland's greatest academic performance, greatest neighborhood development has to come from within our schools. I don't necessarily have an allegiance to the institutions that I currently represent, or to the charter school movement, or to the Catholic schools. My allegiance is to you. Because when I run for office to represent, I run to represent families and youth and not institutions. But what you hold in front of you, the Jorge Lopez and the other charter schools, and I'm glad Jana's here from the Lighthouse, and I recognize most of you, you hold that cultural change that's necessary in Oakland for us to get away from the crime, be better leaders, to strengthen our neighborhoods, get away from the graffitis, get away from the illegal dumping, get away from all the negativity that's driving some of us away. So you hold the key, and I truly believe that our charter schools have shown many ways in how Oakland can do better. And I'll end with this, and I'm going to give you an example. 19 years ago, I've been on the school board now for 19 years. My first challenge when I got elected, there was a group of parents from Livier School that came up to me, because that's who I represent, and said, Mr. Gallo, we want Livier to become a K-8 school. Because our children are walking from the Jingletown area up to Roosevelt Middle School or Junior High School or Hamilton Junior High School, and they're being assaulted. We want to maintain our families to the K-8 in the Livier Livier School. So I went up to the superintendent, Pete Mesa, and he said, Mr. Mesa, you know, the Livier parents are demanding, calling for a K-8 school. Mr. Mesa, Superintendent Mesa, said, absolutely, I believe in K-8 schools. Let's give them a K-8 school. He understood it. But then I went to my board son, the colleague, said, no way. No way, we can't give that community a K-8 school. We're going to maintain what we got, and that's it. And so the parents said, all right, we're going to choose another avenue. And that's where the first charter school in Oakland began. It was right there out of the Livier parents to be able to have a 6th, 7th, 8th grade middle school that now is known as the Oakland Academy. And that's how it came about. They were like the 5th charter school in the state of California. Out of that neighborhood. And you know, the irony thing of this is that as I'm leaving 19 years later, 20 years later, they came back up and said, Mr. Gallo, we want a K-8 school, but we want to be a charter school K-8 school. And they became my inspiration because they fought, they demanded what was best for their kids. And today, I want to recognize them because they made significant gains in their API scores. One of the top schools in Oakland, they had the greatest gains. And when we told them that the enrollment at Livier last year was only 230 kids, they've been able to increase it by 100 children at that school, and they're doing extremely well, excited, fantastic. And so with that example, you represent Oakland's growth. And I'll leave you with this last point, why it's so important that you do better in school. If you look at that Tribune building across the way, that Tribune building has become a site where the incubator startups and the callback programs are going to take place here in the city of Oakland. That's going to become the jobs of the future. The Jingletown area is being bought up by artists, is being bought up by developers that are creating startup companies, incubators, as well as callback centers. Because if you know what a callback center is, right now, the Dell computers and all Apple computers are sending all their work to where? Burma, India. So when you call somewhere, that's what you're talking to. But now that the federal government has brought them back and the Tribune building is being converted, they gutted the Tribune building right now where they're going to have callback centers. So they're looking for high school students with graduate degrees, to be able to start up in the near future. So that's extremely important. You have a future, but one, we got to have our high school diploma. We got to have our college degree. Because at the end of the day, your competition is not between you and I. Your competition is with San Jose, San Francisco, and the world. And so therefore, I believe in you. I believe in God, I believe in you, and I believe in education, and I know that we're going to make Oakland a greater place to live. And with that, it gives me an honor. My inspiration, my motivation has been the Livier families, and I'm going to introduce to you Olga Gonzalez, one of our parent leaders, and the young man right now that's going to be the future governor of California, Manuel.
Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm not sure what time it is, but we're very happy to be here today. This is, my name is Olga Gonzalez again, and this is my son, Manuel. He's a 6th grader at Livier Charter Academy. He's going to be the first generation to graduate from Livier Charter. Yay. So our story is a bit different. We didn't really know too much about charters. The option was presented to us when we were told our school was going to close. So Education for Change was one of the organizations suggested to us. And they came, they spoke with us, they introduced themselves, and what bonded us to them was when they stopped in the middle of letting us know everything they could offer, and they stopped and asked, what do you want for your child? What are your parents and your community want for these children? That moment right there was, that's when we became inseparable, and we're very, very, very happy to have become part of the charter community. We fought very, very hard for many years, and I think that was the best option they could have ever given us, and we look forward to being part of the charter for another 50, 75 years. So thank you very much, and enjoy.
Oakland, how are you doing? That was all right. I hear some clapping over here. People in the middle are just staring. You're part of this too. I can see you all. Oakland, how are you doing? That's better. It feels so good to be home. I am a Bay Area baby, born and raised in Oakland, and I live in Tampa now. I work for GE Healthcare in their commercial leadership program, and thank you for bringing me here to speak today. It's a pleasure. I am a graduate of Oakland School for the Arts, and I love it dearly. I actually started out a little differently. I didn't start out at OSA. I actually started out at a very large public school, Berkeley High. And yeah, woo woo, Berkeley High. It's a great school, but it wasn't for me. I was not passionate about what I was doing there. I wasn't engaged. And engagement is so vitally important to our youth. We have to keep their attention. And so I begged and begged. I met with my counselor every week and tried to make a plan to transfer to Oakland School for the Arts. And I ended up persuading them to let me go. And it instilled a passion within me that made me not only passionate about the academics, but the arts. And every day I was excited to go to school. So teachers, find something in every one of your students. The blessing we have in having charter schools is the fact that we're small enough to know each of our students' names. And knowing that, we can connect with each and every one of them and help them become engaged in their education, and that is more powerful than anything. OSA instilled in me determination, pride, discipline, hard work. Actually, Reginald Ray Savage, I was a dance student there. He spelled dance W-O-R-K. Yes, if any of you know Savage, yes, W-O-R-K, that's how you spell dance. And that was something that was consistent through all of us. We were all proud within our own emphases, and we all competed against one another, and we had a standard of academic excellence. And every one of the students that graduated, class of 2007, graduating class of OSA, graduated that year. All of the students from that school. I think that's something to be proud of. And not only did we graduate, all of us were eligible for college upon graduation. So the emphasis on the arts cultured us, and opened our eyes not to just do the status quo, because institutions want to create, I'm just going to be real, they want to create employees, and there's nothing wrong with being an employee. I am one, and I'm very grateful for my paycheck. But we also need to instill our youth to think outside of the box, to be entrepreneurs, to be innovators, and the charter school system gives us a non-traditional look at education to do that. So I just want to give a round of applause and thank every single one of you that are here to support that system. I am grateful, and I know there's hundreds of us today and thousands that are grateful for the work that you put in. So a round of applause to you all. The school system has enabled me to be a leader in my organization, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Hello, sorors. To be, once again, one of the only women of color in my program in GE. That will soon change because of all of you here. We'll have more people of color sitting at these tables in corporate America and in other organizations and in government. And also, I'm an artist, and so I would like to bring out my dancers, Sean and Day-Day. Give them a round of applause. And I'm going to share a little bit of my passion with you.
There's something about this beat.
Fireflies fight the darkness of the night, and my heart beats slow. A million wild eyes are staring back at me, and the gaze is glass gold. Your love, it takes me home. It makes me warm in the midst of this. In the midst of this, lost in love, trying to find my way. Fought so thick, feeling left astray. Come find me, come find me. Imagine us in the cooler breeze, the sun above and our hearts at ease. Embrace me and take me to love. Whisper sweet nothings into my ear like they're not even here. Give them a show, keep them begging for more. See the jackal they hide and criticize our love, yeah. Laughs full of resentment intended to make us question this love, what it's made of. Lost in love, trying to find my way. Fall so thick, feeling left astray. Come find me, come hide me. In the cooler breeze, the sun above and our hearts at ease. Embrace me and take me to eyes are watching, stalking, envious of what we've got. We've got a lot. Take me away from this, far away from this place of fear and greed. Baby, come rescue me. Thoughts so thick, feeling left astray. Come find me, come find me. Imagine us in the cold of Thank you, Oakland. And Richmond. I heard Richmond out there too. Actually, my folks and I live in Richmond. I'm from Oakland, but I live in Richmond too, so shout out to Richmond. Next song is a little up-tempo. Do you mind if I get a little water real quick? That all right? All right. And the youth out there, can I get some of the youth in the front here? Oakland school students, can I get you right in the middle? This one's just for you. I wanted to get a little upbeat something for the youth in the building. So, youth, come on now. Come on, don't be scared. I love the pink tie. You get on stage if you want. Come on, yeah. Let's make it a party, Oakland. This is a celebration, is it not? Youth, let me see you.
Sorry, Janari.
OMG, friend.
I know y'all know how to dance. Come on, come on.
Sorry, Janari.
You can dance, come on. Teach me how to Dougie. So I see you staring at me. I'm fresh up in the place to be. You wanna get close to your majesty, you gotta pay courtesy. I'm not like many women, so forget what you've been thinking. Tying up your game, 'cause boy you slipping. Tie your shoes, 'cause boy you tripping. My game is so on point, I'd be the MVP. But I don't play basketball, so stop guarding me. You couldn't handle me if you tried. I toss you up with both hands tied. To make it fair, I'll close my eyes. Surprise! I'm too hot to handle. Back it up, baby, 'cause you can't handle what I got in store for you. Lioness and I sang the blues. I'm too hot to handle, like a skillet on the stove without a handle. Like the surface of the sun, don't mess with me, I'm not the one. I can't handle this. Destined for greatness. Please don't hate this. One day I'll be famous. I'm a song beater. I'm a man eater. Miss Maria, love him and leave him. Rigor awesome. I'm a big bossum. I like my men like I like my wine. Smooth, aged, and refined. Don't waste my time. I'm a star, forget a dime. I'm too hot to handle. Back it up, baby, 'cause you can't handle what I got in store for you. Lioness and I sang the blues. I'm too hot to handle, like a skillet on a stove without a handle. Like the surface of the sun, don't mess with me, I'm not the one. Paris Livier is a beast on the mic, stage presence on point, and my flow got bite. Vocal ability, dances agility, and I'm an actress. Yeah, I'm a triple T. Thank you, Oakland. Peace and blessings to y'all. My stage name is Paris Livier. You can find me on YouTube at Parris with 2 R's, PARRISLOVE. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Paris Livier. And thank you, charter students, for coming up and showing us how you Dougie. We appreciate that as well. We want to thank all of you for coming out and joining us today in celebration. Before you go, we invite you to check out all the great schools in the expo. There's a Chinese dual immersion, the Arts Academy, the Oakland Military Institute. Everybody's got tables inside in the expo. It's right here in Niall Hall. You don't have to go far. We also want to remind you that the election is coming up. There's voter registration going on in the expo as well. We want you to invite you to check out information about Prop 30. Get yourself educated about Prop 30. You can do that on the site here, and that's Cal Charters, C-A-L, charters with an S.org. You can find out lots of information about the organizations here today, as well as about Prop 30 and voter registration. Lastly, there's a candidate forum, October 23rd. It's actually going to be housed at Lighthouse Charter, which is in East Oakland out near the airport. It's going to happen at 8:45 a.m. on the 23rd of this month, and it's sponsored by OUSD as well, so you can find out about all the candidates that will be running for school board, including some of those who are out in the crowd with us today. Y'all feeling good? You feeling excited? Ainye, Laura, anything else you need me to announce? All right, well, I'm going to ask you to rock out a little bit. meet somebody if you're from a different charter school. Mr. Gallo spoke a little bit to it, but make sure you meet somebody new today. One more time for the Get Back, we got Hodge, a charter alum on drums. We got Max Miller-Loren, the best trumpet player in our band, and Dion Decibels. My name is Chinaka Hodge. I represent the Get Back. You can check us out at thegetback.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out. Have a great day.
Thank you for supporting the charter school movement. For 20 years, we've been reinventing California education, year in, year out, school by school, student by student, class by class, together.